Hello again. Let's get started creating this rock fall. Now these three rocks right here are the ones that we want to have fall. Right now, if we try to start physics, nothing will happen. We first need to apply physical attributes to the rocks. In the link editor, these rocks are named Rock 1, Rock 2, and Rock 3. Now you can select the rocks in the link editor or the 3D view, whichever you prefer. I find that it's sometimes a little easier to select them in the link editor. Now I'm going to open my toolbar here. I'm going to make sure Rock 1 is selected and press the Add Physical Attributes button in the toolbar. If we go inside of Rock 1, we can see that a new object has been added called Phys Object. So Rock 1 now has physical attributes applied to it. I'll just back out of this object and select Rock 2. Again, I'll apply physical attributes. I'll also select Rock 3 and apply physical attributes. There, now all of the rocks should animate when we start physics. I'm going to close the toolbar again so we can see better. Now when I start physics, we can see that the rocks do indeed fall down. They do kind of bounce around a bit unrealistically though. Let's change some values to get them to fall how we want. If we go inside of Rock 1, we can see that on the Phys Object panel, there are all kinds of parameters that we can change. There are even multiple tabs at the top to switch between different aspects. There are a lot of settings that allow us to control the way this object physically behaves. We are only going to make two small adjustments though. We'll change the elasticity to 10 and the friction to 50. That should make the rocks bounce less. I'll go into Rock 2 and make the same changes. And I'll go into Rock 3 and do the same as well. Now we can run physics again and see how the changes look. It looks pretty good to me. The rocks don't bounce around as much. They look much heavier and solid. Now that looks okay to me, but if you notice, the rocks pop back into their start position when physics stops. If we want the player to get trapped inside, we're going to want the rocks to stay on the ground once they fall. Lucky for us, there's a simple way to do this. I'll scoot over in the LE here and open the default aspect of the Phys Engine object. Here there is a checkbox named Continue. If we check this box, physics will run until it reaches the total time value. In this case it is set to 5. So physics would run for 5 seconds and then stop. When it stops, the rocks will remain on the ground. If we started physics again, it would continue from where it last left off. So this will ensure that the rocks stay down after they fall. Now we don't want to run physics with this checked just yet. If we did, we would have to carefully replace the rocks back into their start positions to reset the scene. It would be a real waste of time to have to carefully reset the rocks every time we want to test it. So instead, we'll write a script that will capture the location of each rock and another script that will reset the rocks back to their start locations with a single click. That will be much faster and easier and will allow us to test the rock fall as many times as we would like. Meet me in the next chapter and we'll begin writing the scripts.